Hey dudes, welcome back to my channel for today's presentations on grade 11 pre-calculus quarter 1 week 2 last 1 on how to determine the standard form of equations of the parabola at the origin, that is the vertex at 0, 0. At identify din natin yung mga parts of the graph of a parabola, vertex, focus, then directrix, then the axis of symmetry given the graph, which is the parabola opens upward and the parabola opens downward. At the end of this video lesson, that you might be able to determine the standard form of the equations of a parabola. Then sketch the graph and indicate the focus, directrix, vertex, and axis of symmetry. Okay, so let us consider this figure, the rectangular coordinate system. Then we have the parabola opens upward, so this is the curve of a parabola, and we have also the point on the y-axis, that if a quantity of 0 and 2, and this point intersecting the line -2. So ang tanong dito what is the standard equations of the parabola in figure 1.1, and we are going to determine the vertex, focus, directrix, and axis of symmetry. Okay, so let's find first the vertex. So, the vertex is at the origin, yung pinaka-lowest point ng ating parabola, that is 0 and 0. Then, for our focus, so we have the point there, so that is ordered pair of 0 and C. So, that we call the focus, the ordered pairs F and 0 and 2. So the distance from the vertex at the origin to the point on the focus, so that is C, is equal to 2. Another part of the graph of the parabola, yung tawag is the directrix. So this is the point that intersecting the line y is equal to -2. So ang distance nito is also C is equal to 2 below the vertex. So, napagitna natin yung vertex between the focus and the directrix. And we have also the axis of symmetry, that is x is equal to 0, and the y-axis, that is the line divides the parabola into two parts. So the parabola opens upward, so we're going to use the equation x squared is equal to 4cy. So we have to find the value of c in order to get the standard equation of the parabola, but the c here is equal to 2. So let's substitute the value of c in our equations. Becomes x squared is equal to 8y. Yan ang ating standard equation. Our next example is to determine the focus and directrix of the parabola with the given equation. So number 1, 2x raised to 2 is equal to 24y. Number 2, x raised to 2 is equal to -6y. And we're going to sketch the graph and indicate the focus, directrix, vertex, and axis of symmetry. So yung unang equation natin, so let's find the parts of the graph. So 2x squared is equal to 24y. And the x squared part here should be 1. So ang gawin natin, divide by 2 to cancel, then x squared is equal to 12y. So this time the numerical coefficient for the x squared is 1, and this equation corresponds with this x squared is equal to 4cy. Ibig sabihin the parabola opens upward. So let's check in our rectangular coordinate system. Okay, hanapin mo natin yung vertex of the parabola. So we know the vertex here is that the origin, or maaari din natin maisulat the equations as the quantity of x minus 0 squared is equal to 12 multiplied by y minus 0. So our h here is 0 and our k is 0. So that the vertex is 0, 0, the lowest point on the parabola. Okay, yan ang ating vertex at 0, 0. And we have also the focus. Then the quantity of 0 and C to find the C here. So maaari natin gamitin yung for C, the numerical coefficient of Y, and also the 12. Then for C is equal to 12. Then to find the C, divide both side by 4, cancel 4, then C is equal to 3. So our focus here is the order pair 0 and 3. To plot this point is above the y-axis, that is the focus. Then the 0 and 3, the distance of this focus is 3 units above the vertex. Para sa ating directrix, the line, the equation is y is equal to negative c, so it becomes the y is equal to negative 3, since our c here is 3. And to plot this point, it is intersecting this line, y is equal to negative 3, and the distance of this directrix from the vertex to this point is also c is equal to 3. So our midway here is the vertex of focus and directrix. And for our axis of symmetry, ito yung x is equal to 0. This line divides the parabola into two parts. And the parabola is opens upward, and the equations is x raised to 2 is equal to 12y. Pangalawang equation natin na x raised to 2 is equal to negative 6y, and this equations corresponds to x raised to 2 is equal to negative 4cy. And to find the vertex, so let's find the h and k. Okay, maaari nating i-rewrite into this equation. So we have h and k. So the vertex is here is 0, 0. So check natin sa ating Cartesian plane. And the vertex is at the origin, that is vertex is 0, 0. And this equation, this parabola opens downward since the numerical coefficient here is negative. So ibig sabihin nito, ang parabola natin pababa. Then our focus here is becomes 0 and negative c. So maaari natin gamitin yung negative 4c to find the c, and negative 6. So equate natin, negative 4c is equal to negative 6. Then divide negative 4 para maiwan natin c. Then factor 6 and 4, then cancel, na maiwan is 3 over 2. Then this 3 over 2 is equal to 1.5. So our focus here is 0 and negative 3 and 2, since our c here is negative. So dito is below the negative y-axis, so that would be our negative 1.5. So yan ang ating focus, and the distance here is below the vertex to this point on the focus, that is equal to c is equal to 3 halves or 1.5. At para sa ating directrix, so the line here, this is the opposite of the focus, that would be y is equal to c, magiging positive yung c natin, but the value of c here is y is equal to 3 halves or 1.5. So yan, i-plot natin, that is intersecting this line. The line here is equal to y is equal to 3 halves. So ang distance nito from the vertex to this point is also 3 halves. Okay, above, that is above the vertex. So the vertex is the point midway between the focus and the directrix. And our axis of symmetry is equal to x is equal to 0, and this line divides the parabola into two parts, and our standard equation is x raised to 2 is equal to negative 6y. Then our learning activity sheet number 1 for this week 2, determine the focus and directrix. So here's our equations. For letter B, find the standard equations of the parabola given the focus and directrix.